The voice of Jupiter was how one critic described the Royal Albert Hall's Willis organ back in the 1960s. Given that the instrument was in state of decay at the time, it's curious to imagine what he might have thought about it in its heyday. Today's proms place the organ center stage. In the morning, Latvian organist Iveta Apkalna put it through its paces with a program of mainly French works, with some Bach for good measure and George Thalben Ball's virtuosic study for the pedals, the variations on a theme by Paganini. Come the evening, the organ will burst forth at the start of Mahler's Symphony No. 8, thundering over the top of the BBC National Orchestra of Wales. Hold on to your hats. To celebrate today's organ feast, here are 5 facts about Willis' great masterpiece. The show must go on. Henry Willis was commissioned to build the Royal Albert Hall's organ. The incomplete instrument was installed just in time for the hall's opening ceremony in March 1871, the wind supply powered by a couple of steam engines. Work finished on the organ in July 1871, and the inaugural concert was given by W.T. Best King for a day following its £1.5 million restoration in 2004. The Ra organ overtook Liverpool Cathedral's Willis III as the largest in the country with 9,999 pipes. For a brief spell, Liverpool, never a city to be beaten, quickly added another 488 pipe rank to its organ to regain the crown once again. Little and Large. The organ's largest pipe measures 2.5 feet diameter and is 42 feet tall. It weighs almost a ton. The smallest is the size of a drinking straw. But alongside the pipes, a set of tubular bells and a bass drum can be operated by the pedals. Willis or Harrison by the 1970s, the organ had effectively become a hybrid of 2 organ builders. During the 1920s and 30s, Harrison worked extensively on the instrument, adding stops including percussion instruments see above and converting the manual action to electro-pneumatic. Harrison also placed a roof over the organ, theoretically to project the sound further into the hall. It didn't work, and was removed during the latest restoration. Restoration comedy. The final 30 years of the 20th century were the organ's saddest years. Lying neglected, untuned and unloved, the beloved Willis collected rubbish including dozens of tennis balls that had become lodged in the pipes during tournaments in the arena. A whole skipload of detritus had to be removed from the instrument's bowels before restoration work could begin in 2002. What's on at the proms today? Prom 10, Sunday the 22nd of July 11 them Charles Marie Widor Symphony No. 5 in F minor, Opus 42 César Franck 3 pieces, P. Saraik Gabriel Fauré, Pavani arranged by Abkalna J.S. Bach Fantasia in G major, BWV 572 George Thalben Ball Variations on a theme by Paganini A study for the pedals Thierry Escarich der Evocations of Iveta Apkalna Organ Prom 11, Sunday the 22nd of July, 7 p.m. Mahler Symphony No. 8 in E-flat major, Symphony of 1000 Tamara Wilson soprano, Camilla Nyland soprano, Joel Harvey soprano, Christine Rice mezzo soprano, Claudia Huckel contralto, Simon O'Neill tenor, Quinn Kelsey baritone, Morris Robinson bass, Southend Boys Choir, Southend Girls Choir, BBC National Chorus of Wales, BBC Symphony Chorus, London Symphony Chorus, BBC National Orchestra of Wales, Thomas Sondergaard. Both proms will be broadcast live on BBC Radio 3. Article type, article category, World of Music, page 2. The Royal Albert Hall is a big place, but whether you're sitting in the stalls or promming in the arena, there isn't a huge amount of wriggle room. So unless it's chucking it down or blasting an Arctic gale, try and leave coats, bags and other bits and bobs at home. It's hard enough, at the height of summer, to concentrate on a Mahler symphony with everyone heating up around you, without worrying about tripping over your stuff. And, bonus, you won't forget anything when you leave. Oliver Condy, editor. Tip number 2, prom early. If you're planning to stand in the arena at just £6, and you want to get near the front, get there very early. Like Wimbledon, some prommers show an extraordinary devotion to the cause. For a major work such as Mahler Symphony, you can expect the queue to start forming from as early as 8 a.m. Bring a book to help pass the day, or, if you're feeling sociable, you could even talk to your fellow concertgoers. Jeremy Pound, deputy editor. Tip no. 3. Make friends in the queue. If you're joining the prom's stalwarts in the queue, you may need to rely on them when times get tough. When the heavens open and you are left with no umbrella, when you lose track of time and run back to the Albert Hall after your allotted 30-minute break is over and need someone to cover for you when it's 30 degrees and you are without sun cream, or simply when you're sitting in sheer boredom wanting someone to talk to, your fellow prommers will come in handy. Picnic eggs and/or sausage rolls are recommended for getting the conversation started. Freya Parr, editorial assistant. The most memorable proms in history. Our top picks. What is a prom? A top number 4. Don't miss the Promers fundraising update if you're heading to your first ever BBC prom this year. Do stick around in the hall during the interval. You'll witness the almost ritualistic tradition of the Promers announcing how much money the Promenaders Musical Charities organisation has raised. This dedicated band of concert-goers collects money at the end of each prom, with the funds going to a range of fantastic causes, and they shout out their running total from the pit. It's not always easy to hear, but they always get a round of applause from those that do. So, listen up, and why not throw a few coins in the bucket on your way out? Michael Beek, Reviews Editor. Diary of a Prom. 6 of the best last nights of the proms. Tip number 5. Listen from afar if you're not a Londoner, or perhaps even if you are. Sometimes the thought of a trip to the Royal Albert Hall on a hot summer's evening is just a bit too much. When I moved to Bristol, I had to give up my regular weekday promming trips. But all was not lost. My tip: pour yourself a glass of something nice, turn on the radio, and enjoy every note of the prom at home. What could be nicer than sitting in the garden, with the sounds of a prom wafting out of the back door, or curling up on the sofa and listening to the concert in Radio 3's beauty balanced sound? Give it a go. Rebecca Franks, Managing Editor. Article type, article category, out and about.